Looking back at day one of the Men's Australian Open 2020, two of the big three got their campaigns underway today. Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. Starting off with Federer, he got a 3-0 victory over the American Steve Johnson. When you consider that Federer has been off the court competitively since November after that semi-final defeat to Stefanos Tsitsipas in the World Tour Finals, you got to see his performance today was very, very impressive, as it looked really like he'd never been away. He served well throughout, Federer. He returned well, and I thought he timed the ball particularly well on a slow court. I think for Federer to have any success in this tournament, that he's got to breeze through the first week unscathed. At 38 years old, to beat the likes of Tsitsipas and Nadal's, the Djokovic's over 5 sets, he's got to conserve as much energy as possible. But good start from today, 3 sets win in double quick time, and he moves on to round 2. On to Djokovic, he didn't win as easy as Roger Federer did, believe it or not. He dropped a set in the first round of the Australian Open for the first time since 2006. It does show you how dominant the serve's been at this tournament over the last 14 or 15 years. Just a quick word on his opponent, Jan-Lennard Struff. He can come out that performance today very proud, learn from his mistakes that he made, but also focus on the positives, because he gave Djokovic a hell of a match. When you consider how good Djokovic's record is in Melbourne, Struff gave him a really, really tough match today. The young German went on the court fearless. He took the game to Djokovic. He served well. He was very aggressive. He was good at the net, and he took the set that he thoroughly deserved. The first set went to a tie break, and they were locked at 5-5 before Djokovic took 2 solid points to win it, to close it out 7-5. In the third set, Struff broke Djokovic twice and actually won it 6-2, which is a shock to many, including myself. But in the second and fourth, Djokovic showed his class, and he really was a level above. A lot of pundits and fans of Djokovic have seen it as a slight negative today. He lost a set, but not really in my opinion. I think the more match time Djokovic can get, the better. And as we know, Djokovic isn't always at his vintage best in the first week of Grand Slams, but as the competition gets harder and the matches get longer and the stakes get bigger, Djokovic just goes through the gears. He's probably in first or second gear today, but we know when he hits his best that he's tough to stop anywhere in the world over 5 sets, let alone in Melbourne, where he's pretty invincible. So I think all roads lead to round 2 for Novak now, and he's playing. He was my pick of the tournament, and today hasn't affected that at all. As I've said, when he faces the Medvedevs and the Federers and the Nadals later, he'll pick his level up, and he'll just get better and better as the tournament goes on, I think. Looking at a few other notable results, obviously it was rain affected day in Melbourne, so not all the matches actually went ahead. But Borna Coric lost in straight set to the big serving American Sam Querrey. I was quite disappointed by Borna actually. I think this year he needs a confidence boost and run at a Grand Slam. And when he was 18 or 19 and coming through, I actually thought he was the best of the next gen, better than Tsitsipas and Zverev and Medvedev. But unfortunately, he hasn't just quite gone through with it, and he's had a bad year last year, and today was a bad start for him as well. He looked lacking in confidence, and he never really looked like winning the match. I can't really signal out why Coric isn't firing on all cylinders yet. Perhaps his all-round game isn't quite at the level where it needs to be, but he hasn't got any huge weaknesses, and he's only just turned 23, so he's got time on his side. But I just think a big win for Borna at the Grand Slam could kickstart his career, but today wasn't his day. Matteo Berrettini obviously broke through last year and qualified for the Tour Finals. A very exciting young Italian talent. Got a huge serve, huge forehand, very entertaining to watch, and he cruised through in straight sets. Stefanos Tsitsipas, one of the outside contenders for this year's Australian Open, lost just 5 games today, and he sets up a second round tie against the German Philipp Kohlschreiber, who also won in straight sets, and that could present Tsitsipas with a real stern test. Kohlschreiber, as we know, is a great problem solver. He's got a great slice, he's good on both wings, solid serve, and he's a real good player, Kohlschreiber, and he seems to up his game when he plays these top players. So it could be a good a good test and a very intriguing match, that one. And quick word for Dan Evans, the British boy. I'm supporting him all the way, and he was 2 sets down today. Never won 3-2 from being 2 sets down in 14 attempts, but he done it this morning. Came back against the American McDonald and won 3-2. So well done to Dan. He's drawn to face Djokovic actually in round 3. But yeah, great